Hello there, Libra. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Today we are doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for June 13th through the 19th. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all your support of my channel. Okay, so let's jump into this. Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. Interesting. I can't remember. Could have been Cancer that had this. It's the energy of clearing out those things that really are no longer serving you. Much different energy than the other reading. This is truly about clearing out those things. The message I'm getting, you see how the frog that is on the lily pads, hops from one lily pad to the other. It's like you got too much stuff. You got too many burdens, too much, you're holding on to too much. So it's kind of like when you're trying to move from one lily pad to the next, you just don't have the energy. That's how you don't have the energy. It's weighing you down. Almost like, I want to say there's this sense of almost like sinking into the water because there's too much. And what do we have? Your dreams need a practical plan. Yeah, I feel like there's something here, something that you're trying to bring into fruition. This could be a new career, a new business, a new relationship. It's a dream that you have. The problem is that there's too much stuff. It's like you got to get back to basics. You got to have a practical plan. You got to see where you're going. It's almost like you're this frog hopping from lily pad to lily pad, but there's no pattern or there's no plan to it. It's just kind of like hopping over here. It's putting out fires. It's like putting out fires. So you're not really moving forward towards your dream. You have a lot of action perhaps going on, but the action isn't moving you closer to what it is that you're wanting for yourself. And that's because you don't have a practical plan that you're following, which is really kind of interesting because Libra, you're an air sign, you're analytical. You can come up with the plan, but it's almost as if you're not really sure how to create the plan. It's interesting. This one is in there. I'm gonna. So let's see what we have here with the tarot. Oh my goodness. Okay, Call of the Muse on the bottom. This came out in Scorpio's reading. That was a while ago. Okay, now I'm only laughing to myself because you have had Gemini in your readings and they've had you in theirs. And now you're having somewhat of the same energy here as Gemini. Wow. Six of Wands, wanting victory, and then I had this one that was kind of mixed up in the deck. Sweet results await. This energy of you are stepping into something that that you will be victorious on. It's about, really interesting energy. Scorpio, lots of Scorpio energy here too. This energy of, I feel like you're having a hard time. Your emotions are kind of bubbling up. They're clogging almost like your clarity, which I know sounds, usually we're saying, I'm saying, get out of your head and into your heart, right? But there's almost this sense of the emotions. There's a lot of emotion here. And because of the emotions, that watery feeling, you feel like you're sinking in your own emotions. So it's kind of like you can't, it's kind of like you're on, like literally you are like in a boat and the boat is sinking, and it's kind of like you're trying to bail water out of the boat. And what you really need to do is have the practical plan. The practical plan would be to put on your life jacket, right, and get in the lifeboat. But it's almost as if you're trying to bail the water out. They're just showing me with you with a bucket, just bailing as fast as you can. But it's because the water represents your emotions. It's almost like you're trying to get rid of the emotions or pretend they're not there, something like that. So it's about finding the clarity, quieting your mind, and finding the clarity in the situation that is causing you a lot of emotional turmoil. You're going to be victorious after a time of feeling very left out and alone. So they want you to know you're going to be victorious in this situation. It's almost as if you're, I want to say, like in panic mode. So Libra, I'm sending you lots of love and hugs. Not everybody will resonate with this, but if you're resonating with this, it's almost as if, you truly have the tools, the clarity, the ability to express your emotions. I feel like you feel like you can't express your emotions, You're ready for this situation, and yet at the same time you're almost like super anxious. I feel like you want to have a conversation with somebody, and it's kind of like when a middle school boy that wants to call up a girl, or a high school boy that wants to call up a girl and ask her out for a date, right? Back in the old fashioned days, not where you can just text. And it's kind of like, you'll see in the movies, he has his buddies in the background cheering him on. Come on, you can do it. Well, I feel like your ancestors are in the background, because this is the close encounters. This is your spirit guides, your angels, your deceased loved ones that are around you, surrounding you, cheering you on at this moment. There's a conversation you want to have with somebody. I think it's something really emotional, so this could be a romantic partner that you're separated from, or it could be a family or a friend, a coworker, something like that. There's a conversation that you want to have, but it's like your emotions are just so overwhelming. You're kind of like afraid you're going to go into this situation and kind of blubber it up because you're so overwhelmed with emotion. So I think that's why they're saying, have a practical plan. It's almost about like practicing what you may want to say to this person, writing it out, thinking about it. All of those are good air sign types of things. You have a decision. You're at a crossroads. I feel a little bit like, I said that there was a little bit of perhaps, this comes in maybe a little bit out of the blue. I feel like you have this crossroads. This is a conversation, like if you don't have it like now or very soon, like this week, it's almost like the moment will pass you by. It's about taking this opportunity, understanding that you're about to make a choice. You're either going to have this conversation, or it's kind of like, okay, they're saying to me, like in a wedding, they say, if anybody objects or something, speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, it's that kind of thing. It's kind of like you either have to say it right now, or the time, I feel like, not that you may never get another chance, but I feel like there may not be another chance. The timing is now. Let's put it that way. So let me clarify this, because this is really, wow. Yeah, Nine of Wands, Empress, Ace of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Cups on the bottom. I feel like this person is could be, even a mother figure, or you could, you could be the mother. Doesn't have to be, but there's this conversation, an offering of love after a long time of, keeping the walls up, holding in your emotions. You're stepping into, you could be stepping into your own Empress energy of loving yourself, nurturing yourself, understanding that this conversation or this choice that you are about to make, if it's a choice, it may not be a conversation, but whatever this is, your spirit guides and angels are encouraging you to make this gesture of love. Whether the love is to yourself, making a choice that is good for you, or it is a choice to, reach out to somebody. The timing is now. That's all they keep saying. It's time. It's time. Really interesting. Yeah, because I feel like this is the opportunity. This could be even calling up somebody in the business world that you are wanting, for their support, or you would like to have a job with their company or something like that. There's this conversation that you are going to initiate, or you're being encouraged to initiate, to step into this energy of calling this person up and telling them how you feel. I really, having your homework done, knowing what you're going to say, because I feel like you're totally nervous and anxious about this conversation, but it is going to go well. I think that that's what you need to know. It's going to go well if you're prepared, if you practice. Practice makes perfect. That's all I'm going to say. But to deliver it with love, to definitely deliver it with love. Because your obstacle, waking the lion and Ace of Pentacles. There's this offer. I really feel like you are being awakened to send out this offer to somebody, whether it's a romantic connection, family, friend that you haven't talked to in a while, a business prospect, maybe even, an investor for a business that you would like to start. Wow. Yeah. The Hanged Man. Surrendering. Knowing that this is the divine time. You have been waiting for some time. I'm almost like getting giddy. I got butterflies in my stomach. You are so nervous about this. This is, I feel like, if somebody calls you up, if it's reverse, somebody calls you up, it doesn't matter. It's almost like it happens like almost instantaneously. It's going to even surprise you. I think you're going to be calling this person, and I'm laughing because it's kind of like this feeling. It's like, seriously, it's like a teenager, especially like a teenage boy trying to call a girl up and ask her out for a date. It's this energy of, okay, I'll tell you a story. This is what it's reminding me of. When I was in high school, we had the Sadie Hawkins dance, and that's where the girl asked the boy, right? Well, there was this really cute guy that I wanted to ask out to the dance, and we weren't really even that big of friends or anything. And I remember sitting in the cafeteria, and I was telling my friends, I really want to ask him out. I really, really, really want to ask him out. And they were kind of like, what? And so anyway, I was sitting there, and I had been thinking about it for days, but I really didn't have a practical plan. I really didn't. I'm only laughing because it was one of those embarrassing teenage moments, right? And then I was sitting there eating, and then I just said, I'm going to go do it. I mean, I just jumped up and he was over at a vending machine or something. And I just jumped up, raced across the cafeteria, and asked him out. It didn't go well. I'm going to admit, I didn't have a plan. I did not have the right plan. But your situation is going to work out because you have your spirit guides and angels coming in to help you and to tell you to have a practical plan. To have a practical plan. Don't get up in your head. They're saying don't get up in your head. You know, it's kind of like you're going to be victorious. I didn't have the Six of Wands, but you are going to have the Six of Wands. I absolutely love this energy because it's almost childlike. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm going to call him up. Like, I think the phone is going to be ringing. Like, you dial their number, right? And before you know it, you're hearing the ring tone, right, on the line. You're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe, like, I just called them. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, they're also saying you could accidentally, oh my gosh. Okay, you could accidentally, I'm going to tell you this, there's what they're saying. I think this is what they call it. You know, like you could butt dial or butt call them. Like you're thinking about them, and your spirit guides and angels, they are really trying to get you to talk to this person, however this is. And all of a sudden, it's kind of like you're in the middle of this conversation. So go practice, Libra. Go practice. Okay? I just love, I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of giddy because I really love this energy. It really is that like teenage angst, anxiety, but it's also kind of like this energy of hoping, really hoping, right? There's something here that you really want, but it's almost like you're denying yourself because you have to have this conversation in order to get what it is that you want. Whether it's a relationship with this person or it's a business deal or whatever. It's kind of like you're just like, I really, really want it. It's almost as if this conversation is so important to you. You just don't want to have the conversation. Because if you have this conversation and it doesn't go well, your dreams are going to, you know, you're going to be sad. But I want you to know, you know, you have seeing beyond the pain or the loss in the situation, understanding that this connection, however it is bigger. There's more to this. Yeah, there's so much more to this. I feel like for a lot of you, this could be a family, friend, or romantic connection that you're understanding now just how important this person or this whole scenario or what happened in the past is to your life. How it has really and truly transformed you. Yeah, you're getting... There you go. The Lovers. Okay, so it could be Gemini. Gemini is coming out in this. Could be a Gemini that you're wanting to talk to. Chariot, Cancer energy. You know, you are going to be so victorious after a long time of holding back your emotions, of almost like denying yourself how you feel about this person. That is what you are seeing beyond. You are seeing beyond the pain that has occurred in this situation because you're starting to realize that this person really is for you, or this connection or this business deal really is going to bring you the victory, because Cancer is all about victory, being recognized, moving forward so quickly. And after a long time of regretting perhaps what happened in the past, you've done the work on yourself in order to get yourself ready for this message. Page of Swords. You're ready. You're poised. You know, the Empress energy is that energy of being poised, being ready for this conversation, being ready for this relationship or this business deal or whatever this is. Oh, it has such a lovely energy, Libra. I mean, I'm really, really encouraging you to, it is, I'm surprised the strength, well, you know what, waking the line, that's the strength. You know, that's finding the courage to send out this Ace of Pentacles. You know, this is what your obstacle has been. You haven't had the courage up until this point to call this person, to send them an offer. You know, I think you've been maybe trying to figure out how to connect with them. Is it email? Is it text? Is it whatever? I am getting a strong indication that it's about you picking up the phone and calling this person. It's the most personal way to get in touch with this person. I feel like they need to hear your voice. Yeah, I'm really getting the message. Don't send an email or a text. It needs to be a communicate. It needs to be, you know, either eye to eye, because they're showing me the eyes here, eye to eye, or at least a phone call. It's going to be so beautiful, Libra. It is. Okay. Am I apologizing for my truth? Interesting. What part of you is apologizing for your truth and why? Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Today's mantra, courage is contagious. Oh my gosh, Gemini, the message here that I'm getting with this is that you are going to have to be the first one. You're the one that's going to have to speak first, to put it out. That's why I feel like it has to be either in person or it has to be by phone. Because they need to hear your emotion. You know, this emotion that I was feeling at the beginning, they need to hear the emotion in your voice. You know, you're afraid that you're going to blubber it all up when you have this conversation. Blubbering it all up is okay because it's allowing this person to know just what your truth is, right? It's about speaking your truth and showing your true emotions in this situation. Once again, whether it is a personal relationship or a business relationship. Because in that moment, when you speak your truth and your emotion is heard in your voice, this person connects to it. The person that you are calling connects to the emotion in your voice. And that is when they speak their truth. Like, I feel like if you sent a text or an email, they have time. Well, first of all, they don't hear your voice. They don't hear the emotion. The emotion cannot come through, okay, in a text or a letter, right? So it's kind of like they hear your voice. And in that moment, that is when their truth is opened up. They can see beyond what has happened in the past. It's beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it's oh my gosh. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. The energy that I'm seeing. Like, your two souls are just connecting. Really, really interesting. And you're going to have victory in this. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Practice. Know what you want to say, but then allow the emotions. I think that's why you're practicing, right? So that you know what you want to say, but then at the moment, allow the emotions, because that is part of your truth. And it is. I'm going to repeat that. It says, wait a minute. Okay. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak your truth. This gives others permission to speak their own truth. I feel like if you just send them a text or an email or something like that, then they're not really sending back their truth. I think there's a lot of emotion. You're going to be You're going to be hopping on those lily pads, Libra. I really like this. Really lovely energy. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you much love and light. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. But I really do wish you much love and light and joy and abundance in this situation and in all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.